Our next event is our last collection visit. But as they say, we have saved the best for last. There's no better way to end our collection visits than with our next guest. Phil Bollhagen is a bona fide second-generation historian and playing card expert. He's a recipient of the Dawson Award, which is the highest honor our club bestows upon somebody. He's also a founding member of 52 Plus Joker. Today, he's going to show us what's left of his collection. Now, cards may come and go, but Phil's passion and reverence for playing cards will never fade. Roll out the red carpet of ones in the chat room for him, ladies and gentlemen, because we are sitting in front of club royalty. I'd like to introduce you to Phil Bollhagen. Hello, Phil Bollhagen. Can you hear us?
I can hear you. I can see you.
All right. Well, then we'll consider this a success. How you doing?
All right. I'm pretty good. Been catching your drift here and there and just sitting back and enjoying it all. It's nice.
So as a founding member of the club, did you ever think that you would see something like this?
No. And when we get a little further in, I'll talk about that some more. But no, I never thought I'd see an international conglomeration of collectors talking with one another over a computer.
Pretty cool, huh?
Imagine it. Yeah, it's something. Well, let me, unless you have some questions here, I want to show people around.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I'm going to be carrying a computer, full-size computer around. So, Lee, you're going to have to help get angle.
Okay.
Oh.
There we go.
Okay. This is what I got in the collection over the last year. And what I'd like to emphasize is the artistic quality of the decks. And I give a word to any new card makers who are computerizing a deck of cards. It's hard to beat artistry. And I think as you get older and more experienced with a computer, you are going to become more artistic. All right, I'm going to start in one end of the room and go around to the other. This is a full-size picture of my steamship singles. And when we get in the basement, I just sold my steamship collection to Wayne Fletcher. So if you're interested, he's probably got duplicates of a lot of steamships and may want to offer you some for trade. Wayne Fletcher, New Orleans area.
You can find him in the membership directory if you're a member.
Yeah, have a few odds and ends here. Not much. A few odds and ends over here that I'm also selling. I'm disposing of my collection. So anything that you see that interests you, great. I put a collage together of my European singles, and there's a lot of good cards in here. I have no idea if I sold this thing as a whole what I would get for it, but some good cards, I'm sure you can see.
So if people are interested, Phil, they will contact you.
Yeah, you can contact me either through the membership directory at B as in boy, OLLHAGP @gmail.com.
Right. If you're a member of the club, you can go into the membership directory. You're logged in because that's the only way you can see it. And you can find Phil Bollhagen just by searching either Phil or Bollhagen, and his email will be in his profile. We're going to drop it in the link here.
Okay, something that might be of interest to you. I have two decks that I was trying to do some research on, and one of them is the Sozati deck, which is the only
tilt it down. We can't see. I'm sure Kristen Patterson would love this.
This deck on this side, and it's not in very good condition. And the thing is that there was nothing written on the spade ace as to the maker. But Salzati put his name down below here in the bricks. As you can see, the deck is pretty worn.
That's right. And there's going to be an article in Card Culture next month about this.
The only, Kristen Patterson is writing an article on it.
Yes.
The only thing that I could find similar with bare aces was this card. And these two decks came together from the same collection. And as you can see, they're fairly similar.
You want to tilt up just a little bit? Just tilt it up a little bit. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. And what I found in Fournier, number 43 under Great Britain, is this deck here. And the jack is very similar. And it was a bare ace. Later, the British, as well as other makers, put their name on the ace of spades, but this is the only bare ace that I could find. This particular deck is English and it comes from 1720. So my thinking is that Salzati borrowed the concept from an early English maker.
That was kind of a common theme, right? That was a common theme, is to kind of borrow concepts from the British makers.
Yes. There's 3 bricks on the British side, and there's 4 bricks here. The fourth brick was added because Salzati's name was a little longer and probably wouldn't have fit on the 3 rows of brick, but it does on the 4th row. Another thing that maybe Harry would be interested in is this particular deck. This is the Molly O deck. And as far as I know, it's the only deck.
Just tilt down a little bit.
That has the Jack, Queens, and Kings with scenes from the actual, I guess it was an operetta. Don't know for sure. This is the other side of it, and these are the rest of the court cards. And as far as I know, nobody else has them. I have a deck of the Molly O. This is the joker for it. And unfortunately, my deck is red.
There we go. There we go. Move over. So
and my joker is blue. But this
Move your
is
camera
the
over to the right a bit.
For that deck. Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's hard for me because I'm behind here and I can't see anything. And that's about it there. Something else I wanted to show you. I'm sure there are going to be some people interested. Well, this is the comparison between the 2 decks. Salzati is this one. He did the arrowheads, and the English deck did the, I guess they're snowflakes. But I wanted to show you this particular book. This is one of my Joker books, and I sell to people for $10 a Joker. Anything that you might
great.
see.
We have singles collectors who are looking for this kind of stuff. So Phil, we've dropped your email in the chat. If you're a singles collector and you like Jokers or you like singles, Phil has got books on books on books.
I got a lot of Jokers. All right, next. Down on the bottom here, you can see rare cards and gambling memorabilia. These are all books from Potter and Potter Auction House in Chicago. And I've been dealing with Potter from 2015. And I have been in 6 Potter auctions and sold probably over half of my collection through Potter.
So what
I
you're
would
saying
recommend,
is if people right now are seeing something they want, they can get it before it gets to Potter?
No, I've already sent 7 boxes of decks down to Potter.
Okay, but I'm saying we're looking at now, though. right? Is
Oh,
this stuff?
yes, what you're looking at now, I have available in-house.
And eventually it will go to Potter, is what I'm saying.
It will.
So
Potter
people, if you
is,
want to get it before it goes to auction on Potter and Potter, here is your opportunity.
Potter is moving into a larger facility and will take my whole collection, whatever is left of it. So
Take my
I guess
collection,
I've
please.
reached kind of the end of the rope.
A Henny Youngman joke.
This is one of the things that was in Potter previously that didn't sell, that came back. So again, I would offer it. The book is a vellum book from 1745. It contains the French coat of arms and is 40 cards complete. It was listed already by what is it? The Alamange in one of the pages. I also gave a little talk. Now and then I do museum talks, and I go around to different clubs in Milwaukee, and what I do is I just take a transparency and show people exactly what I've got, and I start with something like this.
Nice.
And go to Ace of Spades, and then talk about collecting playing cards. Usually takes several hours to go through. I've always already displayed at the Louis Alice Museum in Milwaukee. Okay, I used to collect jokers, but I really don't anymore because I've sold off most of my really, really good jokers to, you might know the name Johnny Vanderbreck out of Belgium. And that was years and years ago. So now I've decided to collect singles on the most important card in the deck, and that is not the Joker. That is the Ace of Spades, because the Ace of Spades has the manufacturer on it. So these are English Aces of Spades, and I have a lot of books with Aces of Spades, including the Worshipful Masters and everything else. Wanted to show you more Aces of Spades. These are American Aces of Spades.
That's a salad.
And you
right
can
in the middle
see
there. Card fabrique. That's fabulous. Look at
yeah.
Look at that. Oh, slow down, Phil. Hold
A
on. We
lot
got
of
to
Ace of
enjoy.
Spades.
Slow down,
I
Phil.
have a lot of.
Slow down. We
Yeah.
want to enjoy this, please.
Oh. Well.
Look, Joe Pearson. Joe Pearson is saying, "Wow." So please go back. Let's see a little more. Let's see a little more of that.
Oh, you want to see
then
more
we'll get
of
to that
book?
folder.
Oh, great.
Look at just slow, Phil. Slow.
Sorry.
There we go. Oh yeah.
These are all
American
bicycle.
bicycle.
Ace of Spades, different bicycle backs.
As Jason McKinstry says, just a couple of aces.
By the way, I've sold most of my bicycle decks to Steve Bowling over the years. He always keeps asking me, how come you come up with more aces, more jokers, more cards on bicycles? Very interesting, I think, are the Ace of Spades from advertising.
Sure.
Because they usually put something on.
Yeah, some of these cards are excessively rare.
I left the front and back open so I can see both sides on some of them. Well, anyway, there's a lot of aces.
Let's go to that other one here. Oh, okay. Here we go. Jazz Ford.
Yeah.
So I just want to say something.
Here's another.
When we were teching, you just pulled a folder off the wall and said, "Here's some cards," and you just started flipping through page after page of Jazz Ford cards. It's terrific, really terrific. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go slow, please.
The thing is that a lot of these cards they look similar, but they're not. And here's another article that could be written. Here, the banner is yellow and yellow. They're all yellow except this one, which is blue. Then also,
How do we write
you
the article? You have all the Jazz Ford cards.
circles. I don't know. You have circles beneath Lafayette, and here you have bands of yellow. So there's a lot of little differences in there. This is one I was going to ask, and I don't remember who it was that had the basement full of playing cards.
Jason McKinstry.
This is a very famous deck, California poker deck. Nobody has the deck. I have the joker for it, and I don't have the deck. So this is the back. It has 4 bands of green diagonal and 4 bands of red diagonal. So if anybody has that deck missing a joker, I would like to complete that deck. That would be something. There's an unusual one too, David Felt, F-E-L-T.
Oh, yeah. He was the guy who taught Doherty how to make cards.
So a lot of good. Oh, there's triplicate playing cards.
Phil, please go slower, please.
I can't get it all in.
This is fantastic. You're doing a great job, by the way, Phil. You really are.
Yeah. These are square corners. So as you can see, you can make a hobby out of collecting ace of spades. This is a very unusual card company. It's the Eagle Card Company. Not much known about it. No decks shown in Hoffman. I have a deck in the basement. I'll show you. It's the Don Pedro Sancho, I think is the name, on various cards, and how you play it, I have no idea.
It's like every page gets better.
I do have a
better
few decks
better.
left.
Didn't we see all this get auctioned off this last 4 days?
There's an awful lot of aces, but let's go to something else.
Okay.
This is another collage I made of Art Deco. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You did this by yourself? You did this all by your hand?
Yeah, I did it by myself, and I see one card is out of position here. I'll have to open it up and put that back. But Art Deco makes a nice display.
Yeah, they do. You know, Rhonda, I always loved Rhonda had those Art Deco cards. It was really beautiful stuff.
Yeah. These are other pictures that I would have for sale. This is British.
Just tilt it down a little bit. Just tilt it down a little
cards. They're all cards. Cards on cards. And then I put together this collage. I saw this nice frame at Penny's. So I decided to put some cards into it.
Very nice.
Okay. About that.
I like that you're revealing it for us, Phil. It's very magician-like of you.
Well, this is a joker. I don't know if you can see that, but
yeah,
that's what he is. And I gave him a joker to hold in his hand, and he does this. Oh, and the joker fell out. I don't know what these were called, but it's kind of amazing. And when he reaches the end, he comes back. Oh, but I've got it too close to the wall.
He just hit his head.
Yeah, he'll be all right.
He'll be fine.
All right, moving around the room, a wall hanging with a joker in the middle.
Now, Phil, I know you're saving up here. Like this is your office, right? This is your office upstairs, correct?
Yeah, this is I guess what I call my singles room now. I used to have this double closet filled with decks of cards.
Take a step back, Phil. Just take a step back so we can see it. There you go.
Well, it's a closet.
So what you're building up to is downstairs. That's where the
Yeah, this is
collection resides.
this is going to be my singles room, and I won't need it downstairs anymore. But in the meantime, I told Karen Strauss that I would show some pictures of what I had for sale in British Square Corners.
Some Owen Jones
Singles.
cards right there. Very nice.
And also,
Karen Strauss. This is the guy you contact. John Edelson. This is who you contact.
Yeah, if you're interested in Square Corner British, this is it.
Matt Schatt has a great. This is your singles room for where they get to mingle.
Yeah. Okay. This is my. Well, these are game decks down here. I collected decks of old cards and then also game decks. What I do is I send the game decks, and here's some more game decks in here. I send these to John Durkan. Send these to John Durkan in Germany, and he puts them into his catalog, and I've been in about 4 of his catalogs so far. This is my Joker box. If I get a new Joker, a good Joker, I put it in here. So I've got a few Jokers left. These are all Jokers. These are wide named monotone
Just tilt it
Jokers.
up a bit, Phil. Just tilt it up a bit.
How's that?
Yep, that's good. I'll tell you what,
okay.
Phil, we're about 30 minutes till our next event, and I know you have so much to show us downstairs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why I said I could start early. I've got all Jokers. These are all Jokers.
And for the record, Phil, you're located in Wisconsin, correct?
Yeah, and you want to come and visit, that's fine. I've had a few people visit already. This is a box I send out to Joy Gamble, who's a singles collector. I've sent her several boxes already, and she's looking for trade partners. So if any of you know Joy, you might want to do some trading of singles with her. This is another picture or two that I would have available. And let me just skip over here and get rid of these.
This is just your office, Phil. Like, we haven't even seen the good stuff yet. That's the crazy part.
No.
And this is better than great. This is great stuff. All right, I want to be clear about that. This is great stuff. But the treasure.
I got to put you down a minute because I just spilled all the cards.
Oh.
Which is not unusual for a card collector to do.
Yeah, we saw Jason do that the other night.
Okay, I don't know if you can see this. I got spilled cards here everywhere, but these are the decks that I have for sale. I've got a bunch of narrow souvenirs over here.
Very nice.
And a lot of Diane quintuplets.
This is how you get a hold of Phil if you see something you like. It's coming in right about now.
This is probably what I'll keep for the singles. I like the British particularly. And let me start here. I've got a few tarot decks left. Not many, but I've got a few if people collect tarot or tarot. And I've also got a miniature collection.
Look at that.
If anybody is interested in miniatures.
Wonderful.
I've got
There's Phil's
all
email.
of that.
It's in the chat. If you want to contact Phil, you see anything you like and anything, because he says everything is for sale, including that carpet that you see down there. Go ahead and drop him an email, and he'll make you a deal. Oh, look at that. Doherty. This is your Doherty drawer.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, little Joker.
And then these are all monotones. I got pretty
Majority.
many
Very good, Kevin.
monotones.
Very good.
I see a woman in Australia selling a single monotone for $100
Ooh,
and getting it. I don't know how she does that.
lovely. Just tilt down
More
a little bit.
games.
Just tilt down a little bit.
But anyway, that's it for this room. Let me go in the basement.
Yes. Okay. You're currently walking us down into your man cave, as they call
We're
it.
going down to the man cave.
I feel like I'm with you, Phil. This is amazing.
Okay, you're now in the basement.
Phil, you've been robbed. There's nothing there.
And yeah, for my door entrance, I put up a German sign for
Okay. So
cards.
it's probably gonna buffer a bit, everyone at home. Phil is downstairs. Obviously his
To
Wi-Fi is
send
not as
for
strong.
eBay.
It'll come back, hopefully. Fingers crossed. It worked in our there we go.
Well, anyway, that's the Wayne Fletcher. I got to mail these out on Tuesday. It's my steamship collection. Okay, going into my room. My interior security. In case my wife comes along. All right, we'll start over here. We've got the large playing card museum. And I put them behind glass. And they almost look real, especially this one. And on the back side, I put 2 more displays like this, so you can turn it around. It's reversible if you get tired of it. Selling those.
I'll tell you what,
It's a
Phil,
box.
just slow down a bit. You're going really fast, and the camera's having a
Yeah.
hard time trying to focus in. So if you can just slow down a bit, we got some time.
Do we?
Yeah, we've got about 20, 25 minutes.
Well, okay. Can you see this?
Yeah, just tilt down a little bit. There we go.
This is one of 4 boxes that I have going to Jean Darcan in Germany, and he'll put those on his auction. This is an aluminum deck called a cocktail. And a British Austin, an early French deck with that was cut from library cards with French on the back of them. Can't open this.
Matt, if you want that cocktail deck, you contact Phil.
French deck. Yeah. So a lot of good cards in there. These are posters that I have for sale, and a couple of calendars from Fournier. And this is the Wayland Apache cards, facsimiles. And this you probably recognize if you're in the Chicago Playing Card Group. This is an uncut sheet.
Facts and Fancies.
Yeah.
Sorry, I said facts. It's fads and fancies. My apologies. I love that deck.
Okay.
I love that deck.
I don't know if you can see in the corner here, but this is my oldest single card.
Oh, that's cool.
Which reads hand etched, dated before 1550.
Push in a little bit. Push in a little bit. And go just push down. Go down a little bit. Yes, that's a little better.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Okay. Well, take my word. It says 1550.
Okay.
Okay, moving on. A calendar puzzle of playing cards, also for sale. And then I have a hand-signed autograph picture of Bill Hart
Of
playing
course.
poker. Don't know if you know Bill Hart,
Of
but
course.
this was a
Just tilt it
flyer.
down. Just tilt down a little bit.
Yes?
Yep.
Bill Hart in The Devil's Double, a 1916 film. The film itself has been lost, but the poster like this really exists. And this is a picture of Bill Hart at the poker table. So kind of historic.
How fun.
I got a lot of boxes up here, with or without cards, in case you're looking for card boxes. I've got a lot of them. And then these are all Chinese or Japanese boxes with round cards in them. What I wanted to point out to collectors is you might recognize this. These are fabric sheets. And to me, I just lay these around anywhere and it takes the old musty odor smell away.
So you're talking about
So,
card
a
fabric.
tip
Sorry.
for you. This is what I wanted to talk about. Let me put this down a level or so. This is from Hoffman's Encyclopedia, and you might recognize Gene Hoffman getting a plaque there, which I think was in Cincinnati around 1980. Maybe no, maybe 90. 1990. What you only see is half the picture because I'm the guy that gave Gene the plaque.
Nice.
In fact, I wrote the words that were on the plaque. Of course, you don't see that because this is Gene's book. And Gene had put out his book about 5 years or so previously, and nobody had really recognized it as something significant. And so at one of our conventions, I felt it that I had to give Gene an award. And I'm glad to see that it ended up in his book and that Tom and Judy Dawson did an extension of his book.
Absolutely.
Okay, moving back. I got this at the 2018 convention. This is the Dawson Award, and I was most surprised to get it because I tried to stay in the background for the most part.
We can't see Phil.
But
Is it underneath you? You have to tilt your camera down?
how's that?
Hold it up a little more. A little more. A little more. Almost.
Really?
More. Yeah.
How's that?
How about you do this? Why don't you put your laptop down and then you stand in front of your computer and show us? That's probably the best way to handle this right now.
Well, I'm not seeing anything.
No, we can see you, Phil. Just step back and show us what you want us to see.
Really?
Yes.
Well, what I wanted to say is this is an award that I got. I gave one to Gene. The club gave one to me. And I would like to nominate somebody. I know I'm not on the committee. I can't really nominate, but I would like to at least throw the name in the hat of somebody who has done something so much today that it's unbelievable. And that is you, Lee. Lee Asher, I think, should at least be a candidate for the award of the year, because nowhere in the history of this club have we ever gone international via computer. You've done something that is so unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You did it.
Thank you. Yeah. You're making me cry, Phil. You're making me cry.
Well, all right, let me show you the better stuff here. I'm going to back up so you get a better view here. There are two huge cabinets here. They are data processing cabinets. They came from Franklin High School, where I was a teacher. I bought them both for $50. It took a ton to get them here. But the thing is, I keep my cards in here for a number of reasons. First of all, it's got a keyed lock. You can lock any drawer. If you unlock it, you can only open one drawer at a time, and you can't get the rest open. So in a way, it's kind of foolproof or theft proof. Secondly, you can't just haul the whole thing out of here because it's too heavy. And thirdly, it's got a metal surface, but underneath the metal is concrete, fireproof concrete.
Wow.
And so
cards.
if we have a fire, it's safe. If we have a flood, I've put it up on a higher level, and I put the crummier cards at the bottom and the good cards at the top. So there's a lot of ways, and then there's, of course, security around the house. So it's kind of hard. They wanted me to insure my collection, and the first thing that had to happen was somebody had to come in and give an evaluation of it, and that would have cost $5,000. And I said, well, I go around to people and evaluate collections. And they said, well, no, you can't evaluate your own collection. But here's the deal, and Lee, you're going to have to tell me if I'm on the right track. I can pull out a drawer, and it comes pretty far out, and I can take out a drawer
Phil, this is so
if I
great.
want.
Look at that.
And I can take it over to the table. But those are English cards. And sorry, I got to put this down.
Yeah, Phil, it's best if you put it down and we we can't see the cards at the moment, but we can see what you're talking about.
Well, these are French cards.
Ah, just French cards. No big deal.
Boy, this is tough. I don't know. This is something that this is an American playing card deck by Gramad.
Hold it up a little bit. I can't see it at all, Phil. There we go. A little higher, a little higher. Good. Oh, almost. We lost you out of frame.
Let me put this down.
Yes, and now hold it in front of the camera so we can see.
Okay, this is the back of the card.
No, we still can't see, Phil.
And these are the fronts of the card. These are Paris Exposition.
Come on up a bit. Better, a little bit. Better. Up, 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 up. Now back. Now go back a bit. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Almost, almost. There we go.
This was an incomplete deck that I bought, but I bought it anyway because I knew it was rare. So I've got a lot of drawers, and I can pull out a lot of stuff.
Phil, what was the name of that page? Paige would like to know the name of that deck you just showed us.
Well, it's
the 1900 Paris Expo, right? That's what Matt.
Yeah, it's the Paris Expo deck by Gramad. But anyway, I don't know. I can pull out Germany, for example. What I do is I have a stool here so that I can get up a little higher, and I can, oh, geez. I can't do it one-handed. These are my oldest English decks.
A little higher, a little higher. Oh, no, you were, the camera was fine. It was your hand. Just move your hand up.
My hand's on the bottom.
Okay, but then tilt the camera down.
Oh. I don't see anything at all here.
There, almost. I'll tell you what, Phil, is there a shelf to the left, to your left side, there's a shelf, right?
Yes, behind me.
Okay, so then let's put that on a shelf and then show it to us while it sits on a shelf. That's an easy way to look at it too.
And I can't. Let me put this down here. Heck. Well, I don't know. Can you see this at all?
Just go back a bit. We'll be able to see it in about a second. Just back up. And now lift up your hand a little bit. A little more. Right there. Right there. Don't move. Tell us about this deck.
Wow. Okay. Okay. This is General Grant, among other dignitaries. You see that?
Yep.
Okay. A miniature deck. I don't know who did it. It doesn't have any name on it. This is a fortune-telling deck. And another fortune-telling
each one
deck.
of these on its own, they're incredible. And you just keep pulling better and better decks out of these drawers, Phil. This is mind-blowing.
I've got a lot of British royalty over here, the worshipful decks and all the leather cases that they came in. So I got a bunch of those. Oh, this used to be my teacher's pass. Can you see that?
No, you're going to have to hold it up.
This has nothing to do with cards. It's called the potty pass. It was made by one of my students. I got tired of making out passes for the hallway to the bathroom. So I had a girl make me a potty pass. So my name on the backside.
Cute.
Anyway, I've got Switzerland, Finland, Iceland, Russia, Netherlands, Italy, Sweden, China. This cabinet is just about full. I used to have 4 of these at one time. Over here, I have American stuff, and I'm cleaned out on the first 5 levels.
Okay,
so I got rid of my
you're saying that
your
good cards are on the bottom, but your great cards are on top. So you haven't cleaned out the great cards yet, have you?
No, well, yes, a lot of square corners. I used to have 2 drawers full, 2 levels full of square corners. I don't have much now. Let me put this down. I'm going to show you, and I'll just
they come out. Look at
set
that.
it stationary here. I'm going to show you things that are incomplete. Can you see?
Yeah.
Yes, I see them on the side there. Okay, this is a Doherty deck, but it's got very unusual court cards to it. You can see that?
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, I
I've
don't
never
know that
seen
this
that.
is in the book, but it's incomplete, so I wouldn't pass it up. I forgot the name of this, sorry. But anyway, I bought it, it's incomplete.
Deck? That's Heart's transformation deck.
Yeah, it's a transformation deck, I don't know if it's Heart.
Oh, I can't see. They're saying no, Caleb.
This is a transformation deck.
Bartlett.
And this is the same deck, but they're both incomplete. So got all kinds of incomplete decks here. This deck is complete. It's a Lafayette deck, but it's got 2 different back colors. The stars are either red or blue. So it's half and half. It's got all the cards, but wrong back.
Phil, people are
This
asking
is
if
a
we can have our next convention in your basement.
This is the Samuel Hart transformation deck.
Ah, yeah.
And the difference is that it's in color.
What?
And I don't know if anybody else has a color. I've seen a lot of black and whites, but I haven't seen the colored cards.
The diehard antique collectors are going nuts in the chat room.
Here's a I don't know if you can see that, but that's also in color.
Very cool. Phil, leave your computer where it is. All right. This is actually really good. So anything, don't move your computer. We're just going to do it from here. Okay.
Okay. This is a Victor Mauger deck with a nice early back to it. And then I realized in my square corners, in my English square corners, that
Phil, hold it
it's
closer
a
to your
similar
chest.
back.
Better. There we go. Right there. That's where I want you to hold all
So
cards.
you've got
Right there.
the English and the American. And again, maybe Harry wants to do a comparison because we definitely borrowed from the English on this one.
So I just want to let you know, Phil, we've got about 3 to 5 minutes left, and then we have to get to the next event. So if you want to show us like the white whale, latest, greatest, most amazing thing, now is the time, my friend.
Okay, let me put this back.
I love how they come out of track there. That's so cool. I didn't know that that happened. You didn't show me that in the test.
A lot of the decks that were in the auction this year were for me. I usually provide decks for auction, and I volunteered to Steve. I probably could offer decks for the next 20 to 30 years if you wanted.
Yes, please.
This is a card cabinet. Well, actually, it's a gun cabinet, which I revamped, put some shelves in, and the top 3 shelves are fine to very fine condition on wide-named Congress.
Ooh,
I've sold quite a lot of them already. This used to be so full that I couldn't get any more in. The bottom 3 shelves are not in good condition or are missing the Joker. So I'm in the hopes for finding some Jokers and completing the deck. But whoever has some Congress Jokers, let me know.
And all of these Congress cards are for sale, Phil?
Yes, everything is, well, I can't keep it, you know. Hey, where I'm going, I'm not going to be collecting cards. And nobody in the family is interested.
Okay,
so what are you going to do? Some of you are going to run into that. If
anyone in this family here is interested, contact Phil. Let's drop his email in the chat again.
Can you see this frame picture?
Yes, sir.
Okay, these I got from Wally Mock when he bought a collection of individual cards on the internet, and I traded him for some single, really rare bicycle singles. So I put together jacks, queens, and kings of all suits, plus 3 memorial cards down at the bottom. So I imagine it would probably go for 3, 6, 9, 12, maybe $15,000, $2,000, somewhere in there.
Okay, so if anyone sees this and is interested,
nice
Phil's
picture
email
of
is in
some
the chat.
wide name cards. And then I got a gambler's thing here. I don't know if you can see this. If you're at a bar and you hand out some cards
Just
face down, and
Just
whoever
tilt down a little bit, Phil. There you go.
Whoever has the 6 gets to buy for everybody. So you take your chance if you're one of 6 people. Also, a shout out to Klaus, Schultz, and Frieder in Germany for putting out some wonderful card back. What they would do is go around to different cities, and cities in Germany would put out their own deck of playing cards. So they put together some very fine German decks.
Fabulous.
A book from them will cost roughly $100. So if anybody is interested, I have 4 of them.
So Phil, coming into our last 2 minutes here. So
last but not
yeah,
least,
here we go.
I don't know if this is Italian or Spanish, but this is a writing desktop. It used to be that people would take their desktop with them and write on it. And so I've just been putting odds and ends in here. One of the neat things I have is from Marguerite Griffith. This is one of the backs. It's a plate, a steel plate.
Go ahead, lower it. Lower it. We
one
can't
of the
see
backs that I've never seen.
Well,
Can you see it?
Can't see it, Phil. Nope. You want to have to lower it. Lower your hand.
All right, let me turn this around.
It's tough
Hard
to see it,
that.
but we know it's a plate.
Yeah.
Do you know what card it is?
No, I've never seen the back. Never seen it.
It's very hard for us to see it.
Yeah, okay, we won't look. This is a card back. I don't know, it's a trick card, and you can fold it over and it produces a diamond.
Phil, please don't
So-
tip professional secrets here. What are you doing? There's magic tricks here.
I don't know what that is. And the last thing I wanted to show you was something, again, Harry, you might be interested in this. This is from the Civil War. I'll put it down. This is from the Civil War, and it shows you all of the court cards of the leaders of the Civil War: Stuart, Grant, Lee, Custer, etc. on one side. No, here.
Oh, there we go.
You can see that.
Fun.
Or that. These have never been produced.
Very fun.
So basically, this is my card room. Oh, I also collect old records. And wanted to show you something that I've got here. Aside from records, I collect sheet music. And so, you see those?
Yeah, if you just tilt down a little bit.
Molly O. And that's the music for Molly O, and that's what they produced a deck of cards from. There's also a Green River deck, which starred Eddie Cantor in blackface, which is no longer valid. And then you may have heard of Barney Google, but I couldn't find any cards in the antique shops anymore. And so I switched to sheet music. And so these are the wide sheet musics.
Very fun, Phil. So Phil, we're gonna have to come to an end here. Do you want to walk back upstairs for a second while I talk? Oh, did we lose Phil? Seems like we might have lost Phil. Yeah, let's cut back to me. I think we lost Phil's connection. Phil, if you're still here, if you join us, thank you so much. Put some ones in the chat for him, please. I know he might not be able to see it at the moment. I think we got disconnected. That's what happens in a live show, ladies and gentlemen. Are we having fun yet? Now ask my stream techs if they're having fun yet.